Rope Drop Radio is proudly brought to you by Touring and Cruises Travel Agency. Planning your next magical Disney adventure or an exciting trip around the world? Their expert team is ready to help you every step of the way at no additional cost. They'll even monitor for discounts after you book and apply any you qualify for automatically. Just mention Rope Drop Radio when booking. Now, let's rope drop.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. I am Doug McKnight here with Lauren Shields, and we are recording from the Beach Club Resort, aren't we?
We are together in person.
Together in person. We're wrapping up our Rope Drop trip. It's been fun. It's been painful. And it's now over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hot.
Hot. It was 90 degrees today.
We were not ready for that.
No, it was 37 when I did my last run. I'm just going to say that again. So,
I had like my warm gear on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the part of the show where we have been plugging the Springtime Surprise. Come join us. Oh, it happened.
Yeah.
Lots of people joined us, and we'll talk about meetups that we had. That was super awesome to meet so many listeners. But some of them were patrons.
They were. We met tons of patrons, so that was awesome. A special thank you to Debbie Raises, who became a new Patreon this week. She is the Caribbean Beach level, and I think we have an announcement over new levels.
Yeah, so we did the voting. So what we got? Pop Century.
Yep.
Then Caribbean Beach.
Yep.
Beach Club.
Then Grand Flow.
Grand Flow.
And what one?
Cinderella Suite.
Yes. Even though you can't actually pay to stay there.
Right. So, I mean, makes sense.
Totally.
But
I'm excited about those new tiers. That's fun. It's easier to keep track.
Yeah. So there we go. That is the Patreon. Thank you very much. We'll probably record an after show. I have no idea what the night holds for us here.
We've been up since 2.
Yeah. And we'll discuss that. And it's setting in. So if we sound delirious while recording, it's because we are.
And Doug wouldn't pack the microphone.
No, and you didn't either.
It was very heavy.
Yeah.
So we might not sound as good as we normally do.
No, so, it is what it is.
It's Doug's fault.
I'm just recording on my MacBook Air. All right, so let's talk about where did we stay. Lauren, why don't you talk about where you stayed for this trip?
Yeah, so we stayed at Beach Club because initially when I booked it, I was thinking we would be closest to the race, and then I didn't really realize that you have to take Disney transportation anyway because it was my first RunDisney race, so it didn't really matter too much. But yeah, we ended up at Beach Club.
Yeah, so it was your first RunDisney, and I didn't tell you that didn't matter.
I think you did after I booked it, and I was fine with it, so I got a discount on it.
It's the same. You got to take a bus no matter where you stay.
Right, and the pool is destroyed right now.
Very closed.
But I knew we weren't going to have pool time, so that was fine. And we don't usually get to stay, we've actually never stayed in the normal rooms. We've only stayed in the villas.
Oh, welcome to a normal room.
And then I was actually hoping to get a room for 5 people just because I wanted to see it set up, but I did not get that.
No, you did not.
So you had explained to me what that looked like in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I stayed at Pop Century. It is exactly what you'd expect. There was 8 gazillion marching bands there. And I had a pool view, so until 11 o'clock at night, I got to hear kids in the pool.
You did?
But they weren't there Saturday night, so I was able to fall asleep early for the race.
That's good.
And it worked out.
And then when we got into our room, we were gifted 2 bottles of water for doing RunDisney. And what were you given?
Nothing. But when I got off the bus after running, they had water waiting for us, a bubble machine, a photo op area.
We didn't have any of that.
And cowbells. All the cowbells.
I don't know who won on that.
I think I did. All right, so to the trip. We're going to go chronologically because that's what we're going to do. Hopefully you guys like that. Let me know if that's not what you like in a trip report. I flew down on Thursday morning super early. I went to the expo. I met up with my friend Jeannie Raises, who is from my hometown and lives in my hometown, and she is a RunDisney pro. So she had us on a virtual queue for the merchandise, which was awesome. Basically, once I got there, we walked right in, did the RunDisney merch, did not buy the Brooks shoes.
No.
No. They're very cute and pretty.
But they had a whole separate room just to
It
try those
was
on.
organized.
You had to go in a separate line to do
Yeah.
that. So it was pretty organized. Was
Yep.
it busy when you guys were there?
I mean, we walked right in.
Well, how long was your virtual queue?
I have no idea. I didn't do it. I am a passenger princess. So after the expo, my room still wasn't ready at 3 o'clock. So I went to Blizzard Beach.
Oh, how was that?
It was hot, but I rented a locker, threw my stuff in a locker. And then I went and did the lazy river because the wait times for all the slides were long at 3 o'clock. But by 4 o'clock, when I was like, I need to leave to go change, to go to dinner, the lines basically had vanished over that hour. So I think what I have learned is Blizzard Beach would probably be great for the first 2 hours of operation. So 10 a.m. is when they open.
Yeah.
And the last 2 hours they close at 6. So
it was kind of busy.
yeah, it was 90 degrees. So
Yeah. So
even
people
locals,
are using that up,
right?
Yeah,
Are
on their
like,
first day.
So it was.
Did you get motion sickness on any rides?
I just did the lazy river, Lauren. If I got
Well, I don't
motion
know. You get motion sickness on Star Tours.
Star Tours is a little more intense than a lazy. It has lazy in the title. It
You
couldn't.
can't handle a carousel.
Doesn't. It's not a lazy carousel. I mean, a lazy river is kind of a lazy carousel.
Okay, so the next time we go in the studios, it's called Lazy Star Tours.
Nah, I don't think so. Well, then after that, I went to dinner at Docking Bay 7. Once again,
Oh, you went fancy without
it's
kids.
Jeannie likes to eat there.
I thought maybe you were treating yourself without
No,
children
she's
there.
vegan, and they have really good options for her. So I was like, oh, I'll eat whatever. So I got a kids meal there. It was fun. Got the yip or tip yip or
Like the mac and
chicken.
cheese with
Mac
chicken?
and cheese and chicken. The mac and cheese is really good. Holy cow! Like it's not crap.
I don't actually think I've let my girls eat that because I don't want to pay the pricing for it.
I normally don't go there. Like our family hasn't been there in forever.
And then they'd probably be like, it's touching chicken. Isn't there a vegetable in there too?
Broccoli.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like
know.
you mix the broccoli into the I mean it was really cheesy. Mix it all together and it's got
Is it like
cheesy.
a good portion size?
Yeah, it was way more than I needed. I didn't even finish it. And that was the kids' meal.
Well, maybe if we ever go on like the meal plan, they can.
Yeah,
That's a
dining.
good
If
dining
I'm on a
plan.
dining plan, I'm going there for sure.
Yeah.
So that was my Thursday. Then Friday, I didn't really rope drop, but I went to Epcot at about 10 a.m. And then I went to watch. Well, no, I went on Living with the Land. Then I went and watched the first Voices of Liberty, and then I ate lunch at Regal Eagle because I haven't been there in a while. Boy, they have destroyed that menu. The kids' menu is literally burgers and chicken strips. There's nothing barbecue on it, which is
Oh.
disappointing. You can't get any barbecue on the kids' menu. Like, give them something. Just a smaller portion of, like, the pork or something.
But would your kids ever order barbecue?
Claire would.
Oh, because my kids wouldn't. Well, the older ones.
Oh.
Luke would, but he's 15, so he doesn't really count.
But it was good. And then I headed over to the Magic Kingdom for our meetup, the Country Bear meetup. Saw John Self and Jen at that, and Annette and
Nicole.
Yeah, so that was
And
probably
Nicole's
our
kiddos.
yeah. The kids
Yeah.
were there. That was our smallest meetup out of the meetups.
Did the kiddos did they recognize the songs?
Oh,
Did
they
they enjoy it?
loved Country Bears.
Okay.
Dude, the crowd was clapping along, laughing,
Yeah.
like whole different atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that, went on some rides and then ate at Tony's. So that was good. Saw another patron, Matt, at Tony's. So it was good. Tony's is Tony's, though.
What'd you eat there?
Pasta, spaghetti with meat. So, I mean, it's
Basic.
We're having a race. I had to prepare. I think
Yeah.
I worked harder at what I was going to eat or not eat than I did at actual running.
I think that's true.
Gotta prioritize some things.
I think that's true. Where you were at Tony's when I landed, I think, right?
I think so. And then you landed, and then what did you do?
We ran to the expo because it was closing at 7, and we landed at 5, and I was worried it was going to be busy because it was like Friday after I was done with work.
Well,
But it wasn't. It was fine. What I did not know, and Doug did not tell me, is that you have to go to like 3 different places to pick up 3 different
in
things.
my defense, it was 2 places the last time I went.
merch.
One building was not even built yet the last
Which
time I did a
one?
race. The one with the RunDisney and Brooks. That big arena
Oh.
that's just for dance and cheer. Didn't exist last time I did a Run Disney race.
How long has it been?
2017. They were building it then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have to go in there, and we had to go to one building for our bib, a different building for our shirt, and then I had pre-ordered merch and went there and got that. So that was 3 different stops if you want to see their merch.
Not really a line ever. Like they.
No, I never had to wait.
Because they spread you out so much.
I get why they spread everyone out, but that was weird because I've run other races, like local races or Chicago, and it's a one-stop shop, so that was different.
And they stand in line at the little races.
That's true.
That's my experience.
That's true. We did move. So
yep.
That was good.
All right. Then I was able to meet up with you after that. And after, I went straight from the Magic Kingdom to Beach Club to meet you, didn't I?
Yeah. And then we walked over to Yacht Club and went to the lounge. It's called Crew Cup.
Crew Cup Lounge.
Yeah.
Right next to Yachtsman. Yeah.
And then we were getting ready to order, and she said it was special that night that we could order the steak.
Yeah, the prime rib steak from next door.
And then nobody did.
No, I think she was a little sad.
We thought about it.
Yeah, I had already eaten my glorious Tony's, so I wasn't really eating, but I did have a $3,000 Diet Coke.
That's what she said. Yeah.
We
told Doug we'd buy him his Coke, and she informed me it was $3,000.
So, yeah. And that was it for Friday.
Yes. And then we decided to wake up early on Saturday and rope drop, so we would want to go to bed early.
That was your idea. If I remember right, to quote you, you said it is called Rope Drop Radio.
I did.
Yeah. So I was like, fine.
And we did.
We did. We did a good rope drop. We could have rope dropped whatever we wanted at Animal Kingdom, but we went to Starbucks.
Well, we had bought Flight of Passage.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no point of chasing people down there.
No.
And I still needed coffee because our coffee machine was half broken in the room. So we did that. And we did because it was not even open when we waited there for 10 minutes.
Like when we got to Everest, you walked right on.
We did. And we could have done that over and over again, probably like 3 or 4 times if we really wanted to, but we did not. But a lot of families were doing that. Mm-hmm. They were just getting off, going back on. I found out, thanks to Sam, that you were an excellent bag holder.
I did that.
You took good care of my coffee.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Protected it with my life.
You did. And then we went to do Dinosaur.
Walk on.
Still can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not My Dino is still there with all the fun dinosaurness. And after that, we used our Flight of Passage.
We did.
Lightning Lane, and then we said goodbye to Animal Kingdom, I believe, right?
Yeah. Oh, and we got good pictures before any of that.
Yes, actually. We were... Part of the mission is pictures for the potential use on social media and a website.
A website that you're going to make in the year 2025.
In the year 2025.
It's April.
Clock's ticking.
It is.
So, there you go. That was Animal Kingdom. Then we went to brunch. Where did we brunch?
Oh, Grand Flow, because someone had to see the Easter eggs.
Someone being Lauren.
They were awesome.
They are, like, I mean, a couple of them, egg is a loose term.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like there might have been a picture of an egg in there or something.
Yeah, but they're cool.
They were really cool. Yeah.
What's better, the ones at the Beach Club or the ones at the Grand Flow?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're staying at the Beach Club.
But there's only like, I don't know, 6 here? How
okay.
many do you think is at Grand Flow? Like 20?
I can't count that high. I don't have enough fingers and toes.
There was a lot more at Grand Flow.
Yeah.
And there was like, oh, they did have some cool ones here too. But so then that was your first time eating at Grand Flow Cafe.
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
It was what I expected. It was good. It was normal.
What'd you eat?
I had a Mickey waffle.
Oh, Jake got the chicken and waffles.
Yeah, and it was, you can screw up a Mickey waffle, and they did not screw it up. So, credit to them.
And when you had to get special butter.
Mm-hmm, because I was allergic to the regular butter.
Because they didn't know what fruit was in it.
Yeah, it's citrus something.
Yeah,
so
it was actually good.
That means their fancy butter is sourced, not made in-house, basically, when they can't promise on the allergy. So I guess I'm glad we told them about the allergy.
Yeah, because you were not so good about that.
Right, well, I was thinking, I'm just getting a waffle. What
yeah,
does
but
it
you
matter?
would have eaten that butter.
Yeah.
That would have been bad.
Could have been really bad.
Yeah.
Might have gotten out of running a race, though.
That would be bad.
Oh, that would have been bad?
Yes.
All right, so then we popped into Magic Kingdom, took a couple pictures, rode the People Mover, and then left. Does that
Yes.
sum up Magic Kingdom? We didn't
And you said pictures.
pictures, a lot of pictures.
Well, I was impressed that we took the monorail there and the
Mm-hmm.
boat back to Grand Flow to pick up the car. So all modes of transportation.
All the transportation. So then we had to head over to Hollywood Studios. So we came back to Pop, hopped on the Skyliner, see all modes, and then
Why didn't we drive to Hollywood Studios?
because we would have parked further, we would have had to walk further in the parking lot.
You could have dropped me off.
I could have.
And then I could have been the passenger princess.
I could have, but I didn't.
You didn't. You made us go to Pop and take the Skyliner.
Yeah, that was part of the excitement.
But that was part of all the modes of transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which is cool. So then we had our meetup at the Rat Pizza. I thought we were upstairs outside. The ballroom is busy, Lauren.
That was weird because it was 3:00.
Who's eating lunch at 3:00?
I don't think that people were eating in there. People were like
Dancing?
chilling and dancing, like get the secrets out.
We should probably stop talking about that so it goes back. It's going away.
Go away. It
so
doesn't matter.
Yeah. So Rat Pizza, there's a bunch of people that came to that.
There was. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll let you say names because we're not good with names. Both of us bad with names. Gonna apologize now. Is that a fair thing to say?
Yeah, we both realized that we are better at recognizing faces and like people's story than names, and that does not bode well in a partnership.
Like, I can remember where someone is from, what they do for a living, but not their name. Is that weird?
A little bit.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the raises were there.
The whole clan. So that was cool to see all of them. Jen, who came the day before, was also there. Alan was there. Janelle
was there. Yeah.
some other people. Several other people. It was a
A
big
lot of
meetup.
people,
It was a big
actually.
group. We didn't really get a picture of everybody together.
No, it was like as people it was winding down.
Yeah.
But I was impressed because I did get a little nervous. We got there early and I was like, does anyone actually come to these things, Doug?
And I just shrugged and said, sometimes.
It was not reassuring.
Well, I've had some meetups where nobody comes.
What
Now,
do you do? That's so sad.
I just, work on social media or...
Was that like early on
Yeah,
the
I mean,
podcast? Okay.
it's a couple years ago, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't happened for a couple years, but...
Well, that's good. It was nice to see everyone there and everyone was super nice and friendly and welcoming and that was cool. Yeah.
Answered some questions, shared some stories, got to know people better. That's kind of the fun thing. Like, you guys, the listeners, know us, you know our stories, but we get to hear some of yours. So,
That was neat. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. People from all over, which was neat. Because I kept being like, are you from Nebraska? And they would laugh.
Why do you think all the listeners
Because
are
I
from
figured
Nebraska?
the only people that are coming to see are people you know personally.
That was just one person was from Nebraska.
I was proven wrong.
Just Jeannie.
So I was a little reassured.
Well, next year it's just going to be a bunch of Iowa people. I mean...
My Iowa people ditched me.
Oh, man.
My Iowa friends they were not Disney people. They didn't want to come even though they're in Florida this weekend. And they won't listen to this, so they can't be
you
mad at
just
me.
keep throwing the bus over them, I guess.
I will. I'll back it up too. And then we had dinner at Mama Melrose,
We sure did.
where we all ordered what?
The chicken parm.
I'm pretty sure on Patreon or a different episode a week ago you told me you would not order that.
I did, because it would be too much food before the race.
And then
right?
how was it?
It was $1 more than the spaghetti.
Yeah.
And I was like, I might as well get some lean protein for $1.
And I don't think it affected running.
No,
but it was
and
fine.
I portioned it out, and
Yeah.
so I stayed on my diet plan and within my means there, even though it's a huge chunk of chicken, and I'm gonna miss Mama Melrose. I know people will make fun of me for that, but like, my kids would eat there. Like, there's no complaints.
It's a good, inexpensive place to go eat in the parks.
Right.
Yeah.
Compared to going to a
It's always
buffet.
busy, too.
Yeah.
Like, it was I've never been there where it's not happened.
And, being able to order a la carte's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Too, and it serves its purpose. And their pizzas, even though we didn't have them, their pizzas are really good. They have a wood fire oven.
I don't think I've ever eaten their pizza.
It's good. So it's like,
That's saying something if you're saying Disney pizza is good.
I mean, it's Mama Melrose Pizza, not Disney Pizza, right? It's
Yeah.
like Via Napoli is a whole different thing from this. Like they do
Right.
flatbreads, but like something about being wood fired, like you
I
can
got the wrong
taste the
thing.
smoky.
I'm
You
having
can
regrets.
you were
That
gonna
wouldn't
eat
have
a
been good
pizza
for
the
you.
night before a race.
You ate chicken parmesan.
Yeah, but that's lean chicken.
I thought it worked fine. We had protein and carbs.
Yeah,
And no
Mama
one felt sick.
Melrose was good. Then we met up with Annette,
Yep, from Caribbean
and
Cruises.
they had us do a little thing with desserts.
Yeah, I don't think they've aired this video yet.
I don't know that they should. I got, I don't know. I had to drink blue milk,
It was awesome.
and I had to drink green milk.
Yeah, so
Which don't
they made
drink.
us rank snacks. And so it was blue milk, green milk, a churro, and what's the Jack Jack
The
cookie?
Jack Jack cookie nom nom.
Num num. Yeah. And so Doug's favorite was the green milk.
Yeah, totally. No, this stuff is
You-
horrible. Like who?
I would actually like to see the video of our faces when we drink that.
Because it's been since the Star Cruiser since I have tasted green milk.
It is awful.
Like in the cafeteria on the Star Cruiser, there's blue milk and green milk on tap, right? So you can go get it.
Did you see people do that?
Yes.
Besides Wes?
And Wes didn't go on the Star Cruiser.
Oh,
We
my
told
bad.
him he would have made his money back on the Star Cruiser with his love of blue milk, but he didn't listen to me. I mean, granted, Wes also one time texted me to ask how Luke and Leia were related. Anywho,
Did he watch the movies ever?
he was watching them and he texted me this.
Did he ask you who Luke Skywalker's father was?
No, he
Just
didn't text me
checking.
that. He was probably wondering too. Anyway, love Wes. I digress.
So I had not tried the green milk since Galaxy's Edge opened.
It's bad.
What was that, 2019, 2018?
Yeah.
I forgot how horrible it was.
Like,
It is honestly the worst snack I've ever had at Disney.
you know, you go to your grandma's house and they have like a little bowl of potpourri on the back of a toilet. It's like taking a bite out of back of the toilet potpourri.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
Blue milk's not
I
like,
don't mind
bad.
the blue milk.
It's just like a sweet tart that's gotten too sweet.
There's like some coconut in there, I think.
Yeah, I think it's coconut milk, right?
Yeah.
And so it is refreshing.
It's not bad on a hot day.
And when it's icy, it's better. When it's just straight like liquid, it's not as
melting
good.
towards the end, yeah.
Because you can buy it as just plain liquid without the slushy component,
You
right?
can?
I don't know. That's how it was in the Star Cruiser. It wasn't the iced. It was like, you know, in like a college cafeteria, the big silver things for milk. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe
You're older than me.
Yeah, like it was in those sort of things that you'd have regular milk in. It was weird.
Weird.
Yeah.
So how did we end up ranking them?
Well, green milk was last, and then the churro. Now the churro had been sitting there for what, a half hour.
To be fair, I'm not a churro person. Are you?
When I have a churro, I want it to be warm and crispy, but yet soft on the inside, right?
Yeah.
Like a good churro has that, like how like a dill pickle can like snap and be crispy but yet soft. Like churros are complicated beasts.
Yeah.
Like they got to be crisp but yet soft and warm.
Yeah.
It was in the Florida humidity.
We waited too long.
Like once a churro is born in Florida, it's too late to consume.
Well, and it was hot, so the blue milk wasn't so bad.
Right. Oh, it was 90 degrees, so yeah, the
So we
blue
ranked
milk
that
was
2.
crushing.
And then the num num one.
Yeah, even though it was a warm cookie on a hot day, it was still
good.
It's still good, and it's huge.
It
You
was really
share
large.
that with several people.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. We did that.
It'll be interesting to see the video.
And then we went back to the rooms to go to bed early.
Which I was worried I was not going to be able to fall asleep, but I did.
Yeah, I think we went hard enough at the parks. Oh, we did see Muppets, by the way, just for people wondering. We saw some other attractions. We're not going to name them all, but we did go to Muppets.
And Muppets was busier
Packed.
than normal because people were saying goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, not packed. There was plenty of empty seats.
But that is when we walked into Hollywood Studios and I said, let's go do Star Tours because it doesn't have a wait. And you gave me a look. And I said, you can't even write that?
And Jake was like, have you listened to the show?
He did. He said, did you listen to your own show?
Yeah. I can't do Star Tours. It's horrible. All right,
Unless
so
we put lazy in front of it.
all right, so that night went home, got our bibs attached to our shirts and all that jazz. So we were ready for a 2:20 a.m. wake up call, which that's not even a time. It's a myth.
That was rough. Because I did try to argue about whether or not we needed to get on the first bus with you. But then multiple experienced runners said just get down there at 3, and then I gave you credit.
A hurry up and wait sort of situation because sometimes the buses get behind and then you miss the start of the race.
So how many buses were sitting at Pop?
7 buses were sitting there at 6.
Wrong hour.
2:59 when I got out there. I got on the second bus.
Buses.
There's a lot less rooms here, so that makes sense.
Yes.
Gotta think about it that way with the number of rooms.
Yeah.
So 7 buses, 6 buses sitting there.
You had a lot, yeah. Because you beat me there.
I was on bus 2, got over there, and that went good. So got over there, met up with a few people. Who do we see? Jen, Scott.
Mm-hmm. We saw Scott and Helena.
And the raises.
Yeah.
Again. I don't know how to pluralize that last name, do I? Raises is.
It's like Shields.
Yeah, Shields
is. Well, I married into that name. Yeah. So I don't have
decisions. To figure that out. All right. So then we hung out, went to our corral, sat in the corral we weren't in it that long, really.
No, I would say, it was super well organized. I was impressed because I've run Chicago Marathon, I ran the Milwaukee Marathon, and this was the most organized I've seen. Lots of bathrooms the whole time. Plenty of room in the corral, too.
Yeah, our corral was huge.
Yeah.
And then they move you from the corral towards the start line, and then you kind of feel like cattle for a little bit.
But I liked, even though it was annoying to kind of wait your turn to go, like they kept
spreading it out.
Yeah, so like the whole corral, like A didn't go up at the same time. Well, maybe they did.
A probably did, but B didn't.
No,
they went in 2 waves.
They would stop after so many people, and they did fireworks each time, which was
for
nice
each
too.
wave. Yeah. So.
But that helped because once you got going in the course, it got narrow for a while. So you wanted
there's some
space.
Tight spots. Lots of walking right at the start line, which blows my mind. But, yeah.
How long did you run for initially? We ran with you for a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. Because I just wanted to get out of the chaos a little bit. And there was just chaos everywhere. So it didn't really matter. The chaos really, really went away in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
It was pretty... On the boardwalk wasn't bad because it's really wide when you're on the actual boardwalk, but then it narrows back down on that sidewalk over to the studios, and that was not much fun. Stretch.
I thought it was interesting because it was loud, and then we had to be quiet by boardwalk for the hotel guests, and actually everyone was actually really quiet.
Yeah, it was.
So I was actually impressed, but it was kind of weird. We were all running at 5:30 a.m. in the dark. Silently.
Just listening to ourselves breathe.
Yeah, and then as you got away from it, you could hear the music coming towards the studios again.
Yeah, there's lots of DJs out on the course. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many character meet and greets, 15 different things. I don't know. It's quite a few. I only stopped at 2, though.
I only stopped at 1.
Just nervous about finishing, right? Yeah. And so I saw Mickey and Minnie in Hollywood Studios. Only waited maybe 10 minutes. For that, which is really good. They keep you moving in those character meetings. So if you're nervous about it, just remember they keep you moving. The first couple were the longest lines, though, I saw.
Yes.
The first one was stupid.
Baymax, right?
Yeah.
Who else was at the beginning? They were all really long lines.
Yeah. And then towards the end, I met Russell from Up because I was wearing a Doug shirt.
I was hoping they would have Doug also, but they didn't.
It would have been nice to get both. I was really glad it wasn't just Doug.
That would be weird. Because that would have been
weirder than... Because I'm already Doug.
Yeah, but what did everyone think your shirt looked like?
Chewbacca. Multiple cast members.
Did Russell know who you were?
Yeah, he was pretty excited. I was... So, the character meets were clicking along. Russell stopped me and looked at it and stuff like that. You know, he actually interacted with me.
Yeah.
Where most of those character meets are smile, smile, smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the people in the suits don't have to do much.
So the only one we sat for was Ian Lightfoot from Onward because he had no line.
because nobody knows who he
Well,
is.
A, I knew who he was. B, I liked that I never met him before. Because some of
That
these I had
movie's
seen.
fantastic.
It is, yeah, it
Like,
is good.
if you're looking for like what should I watch on Disney Plus next, like we need a family movie night.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Onward is solid, and it just kind of got evaporated because it was in the theaters the week
During
before
COVID.
COVID really hit.
But I did tell the girls we met him, and then they're like, "Did you meet his dad? Do you remember his dad in that? Who doesn't have a head? It's just
Yeah,
his
he's
pants."
just
I was
like
no,
invisible,
we didn't
right?
meet the dad's pants, but okay.
That would have been awesome in the background.
Cool.
Oh, your kids need to help plan these things. The one I was disappointed I didn't stop for was it said Friends of Phineas and Ferb, right? And you run past the line, and it was Agent P.
And the line was too long?
I didn't want to go back to it. The line wasn't actually that
you
long.
had already like passed it.
But I was already past it.
Yeah.
And it would have been slightly uphill to get back to it. And I was like, nope.
Yeah. I do wish we had taken, as like first time runners, more time to do characters, but I thought it was tough. I know, and I got nervous.
I was texting you like, you better meet a character.
Well, we did. One.
Yeah, okay. So, I survived the run.
You did good. So the other thing I wanted to add that was, I didn't know any better, so I was impressed, was the high school choir.
Yeah.
They sing the Moana song like maybe you got a half mile left.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was amazing. Like, so they're high schoolers, so they're not professional.
No. Where the gospel choir would have been at past races.
But I didn't have anything to compare it to.
No, you did not.
So I thought that was cool. And usually I like to run listening to music. Like, I actually had my earbuds and then didn't listen to it because there's enough music going on. And it was like mixed. It's not all Disney, which I thought it might be.
Like, what was the...
Well, there was like a Led Zeppelin song somewhere, Jake said.
That's from Guardians, though.
Oh, that's right.
Like, they all... Staying Alive, though, I don't know what Disney movie Staying Alive is in, but I heard that multiple times.
I did, too.
Towards the beginning, I'm like, this make more sense at the end.
Yeah, but the Moana song was perfect for that. I was kind of sad that like it was not still playing as I was finishing, because it's like you're like...
Yeah, you hear it, you get all going, and then you run away from the music.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, there's still quite a bit left here.
Yeah. The really cool thing was that like organ that was bells or whatever.
Yeah, it was crazy. I should post a video. Jake got one.
When I went past it, it was Pirates of the Caribbean theme song. Like, and I love the
we had
orchestral.
Incredibles. He was doing, yeah.
And that's another good soundtrack.
It was like one solo guy playing all these different instruments in this contraption I've never seen before.
I could have stayed there and just listened to him.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of my highlights.
High school band was there? It looked like they were
Yeah,
high schoolers.
they weren't playing when I went past. They were like...
That's
between songs.
Oof.
And I yelled, "Go band," because I'm a nerd.
Did they say anything?
Some of the kids looked at me like, oh, there's a nerd. And then, the nerdy kids got really excited.
Oh, well, there you go.
One kid, go guy, like.
Well, the other cool thing we didn't talk about in Epcot was like there was cast members from the different pavilions who came out and waved.
Yeah,
and the whole drum thing.
5 a.m. Yeah, the Japanese drummers were out there.
That was really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of entertainment.
It
was really neat. It was one of the neatest races I've ever done.
That is the RunDisney difference, I think it's safe to say. And our group we never had our whole group at one thing at once.
No.
But it was amazing how many of them, it was their first time. And so that's awesome.
It was really cool. And everyone was really impressed by it and thought it was well organized. And I think liked the vibe because it's not too serious. It's just supposed to be fun. Mm-hmm. And everyone's just kind of cheering each other on and seeing the characters and being Disney fans. And so it was a really neat vibe. I liked it a lot.
So you guys finished. You sat there for 3 to 4 hours to wait for me.
Not that long.
To finish. And then I got my celebratory banana. We took a couple pictures, hopped on a bus, went back to our rooms, showered, refreshed. And then we went to Cape May for brunch.
We did.
Yeah.
That was good.
And we brought Kent along to be our photographer.
Yeah, he did not want to take photos with the
he was.
But that worked out good for us.
Yeah.
Although I think Jake missed 2 of them while he was getting food.
He did. He was more concerned about the food than he was the characters.
Well, he only really cares about Donald. So he got his picture with Donald, and that's all he really wanted.
And I think out of all the breakfast buffets, Cape May checks all the boxes I need it to check. Yeah. Like, there's nothing weird, but it has just enough things. Like the biscuits and gravy are really good. The
It's like a
ham,
cheddar biscuit. That
yeah,
was
everything's just plussed up a little bit, and your Mickey waffles are actually mini waffles, which probably means they taste better. I don't know.
good. Yeah, that was cute. And they do have an omelet station if you want something
And the
fresher.
omelet was really good
Oh, did you
too.
get one?
I did,
I
yeah.
totally missed that.
Yeah, I ate a little chunk of an omelet, so
They have really good fruit too.
yeah.
Like
Like
really
very
fresh.
fresh, and the watermelon, like,
That's
you
really
know,
good.
like the watermelon sitting just in the juice.
Yeah.
And it was probably just getting the new watermelon put on top of it all day. I like moved the
Yeah.
top watermelon and got that.
It was
Oh,
good.
it's so
That was really
juicy.
good.
I love that bottom of the barrel
I
watermelon.
think like we crave that because in the Midwest, like all the fruit's not good during the winter.
No, and then you
until
get
summer comes. It's
oh.
just starting to come now.
Yeah, summertime watermelon in the Midwest
So
is like the
good.
best when it's 90 degrees out and 90% humidity.
Yeah. So
Because
yeah,
the corn,
lots of corn.
all the
It is
corn.
also the only place, if anyone has a picky child like me, who has chocolate chip pancakes. Like
they
routinely.
gotta have that, right?
Yummy.
It's
Yeah.
and they
Can't
have
have anything else
crepes,
in it.
just like randomly
They did.
crepes, which I'm like, it just
It's always a solid choice there. Yeah.
it and the characters are fun. There's no Mickey, but you get Minnie, Daisy, Goofy, and Donald.
Yes.
So-
I've
and
never
that's-
had any substitutes there.
Right?
do you?
Never. I mean,
No.
for characters usually don't have substitutes. It's the
That's
face
the face
character
characters, you're right.
problem. But Kate May at the Beach Club,
Yeah.
60 days out. It's not the hardest ADR
It's
to
not.
get.
And you can get it, like, we were at 10.50. I think the
Mhm.
last ones are probably at 11 something.
Yeah.
So it's a good
It
lunch,
was.
brunch.
They weren't. I don't think they were bringing people in when we left.
No.
But it hadn't been that long since they seated the last person when we left.
Right.
But easy walk from Epcot through the International Gateway. If you rope drop Epcot, it's
Oh,
a
and then-
nice lunch.
Yeah. After lunch, we ran into a Patreon, Sarah.
Yeah.
And her kids. So that was fun.
Yeah. So all kinds of good things going on. And
And then we went to Epcot. Oh,
Yep.
because Jake and I were riding Guardians.
Yep. And you went to ride Guardians. I chatted with Nate and Ed for a while.
Oh, you got to see Ed?
Yeah,
I
Ed
missed
found me.
that.
So yeah, you were on Guardians having fun. Then
It was.
I got myself a pink drink from Starbucks because I'm cool like that. Is that a cool
That's
thing
such
to
a
do? A
choice.
pink drink? I don't know.
For a 40-year-old man, I'm not sure.
I think it is.
Did it hydrate you?
Yeah,
I
it's a
almost had Jake
refresher.
buy you a water because you were not
It's-
drinking water.
No, it's what is it, almond milk? And
Okay.
yeah,
'Cause
it's
he was
a
about
really
to, and
good.
he saw you were drinking something, and then he didn't get you anything.
Yeah,
Because
it's
Michelle would kill me.
and I
if someone
went
would
up
do.
a size from what I normally get. Like she pulled the cup out. I'm like, oh no, I need the next size up.
That's usually what I say when I'm like on day 2 or 3 of an adults only
Like
trip with
I
Alex.
need the next size up.
And I'm like, that's not big enough.
Yeah, and I forget.
I need more caffeine.
Yeah, and that one didn't have caffeine. It's just
But you see,
natural
hydrated.
energy,
That's what I
and
was
it's
worried about.
really it's a hydration type of drink. The pink drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we did a meetup there.
We did up by Spaceship Earth, and fantastic turnout again.
Uh huh.
Lots of the same names that we'll probably forget some
Runners
of.
with their medals. That's when we
then
realized
we-
how many people were new runners.
Yeah. So we had a picture with everybody's medal that came and met up, and that was fun. Yeah, it's just fun to chat and talk about their race experience because everybody's experience was a little different. Like we
Yeah.
were in Corral C, so we weren't real paranoid about the balloon ladies. Other people started in F.
Yeah, and they were nervous, but no one got swept, right?
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah. Oh, I also saw Matt in the corrals. Matt Stout. He went past me.
I missed him this whole time.
Yeah, I saw him on Thursday, and then I saw him at the. You were not in the corral at that moment
Oh,
when he went past. So
that's when I ran out to use the bathroom, and you and Jake almost had a heart attack.
well, then we stood up. Everybody stood up
And
and,
then
moved.
I came back, nothing happened. I went to the bathroom and still made it back before anything happened.
Right? It's one of those like before fireworks where everybody's just like sitting down, and then all of a sudden somebody stands up and moves forward and like crowds
Yeah.
in. So like everybody else does, even though nothing's gonna happen
Nothing
for
happened
20
for
minutes.
a while. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was one of those. So after that, we did a few rides in Epcot. Then we went to dinner, and this is where we literally just came from.
Yes.
Where did we eat? It was Lauren's choice, not Doug's.
We went to the cake bake shop. I almost called it bake cake. I had to
Close
look at
enough.
I came home with a fancy included bag
It's
with my cake.
fancy. You paid for that bag.
Yes, I did. They should have given me 2 because I ordered 2 pieces
Right.
of cake.
People were walking out of
It's
there with
actually a
2.
cute bag, and that's like you know,
Yeah,
if a kid has to like lug something to school or something. Well,
then
not a,
won't
it's
get
not
made fun of at
huge.
all with that bag, but you know,
Well, the girls would be
it's
fine.
the cake bake shop. If we have to sum it up, if it was a Disney resort,
It would be Grand Flow.
yep. Did I feel I weird with my hat on? Yes.
Did Jake and Doug love that Lauren made them go there? No.
Yeah, it was great. I
It was
mean,
very
I think
feminine
we were
restaurant.
all in the mood for like peaches and cream,
The
right?
sandwich was great.
Yeah, yours it was good. The food was good.
Yeah.
It was huge too. The portions are gigantic.
Yeah.
So yes, the prices are gigantic, but the portions are gigantic.
I had a really good Crock Monster.
I wonder what they
As your
would
kids would call
say.
it.
Yeah. Wonder what they'd say if you told the server like, "Can you bring us an extra plate? We're gonna split this." Wonder what they do there.
We should have tested that out.
Because it
You
is
didn't eat your whole thing, and I
no, and I
Well, I
knew
ate
I
most of
wasn't gonna.
mine.
Well,
Jake finished it.
yeah.
But the fries were good. Everything was good except
Except-
what?
The cake.
That was weird.
It was just cake.
Yeah.
The frosting was just frosting.
It tasted like any cake you would eat at like a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And we got
But
two
no,
different
I've had
ones.
really good cake at weddings though.
Well,
Sometimes.
maybe that's a Plattsmouth thing.
Well, I mean, you can get really good wedding cake from good places,
this
good
was-
bakeries. This
I
was
don't
not.
want to say it was bad. It just wasn't anything special, right?
I'm gonna say the last Hy-Vee cake I had was better.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I mean, it was, it wasn't dry,
No.
but the
like
frosting wasn't
that's-
good.
You gotta have that.
I love frosting,
I do
and
too.
so I think Hy-Vee's frosting's better.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'd put Costco or Walmart or Sam's on there. I think this was the next step up from that.
That's terrible.
Well,
because how much is a slice of cake?
3 cakes at Walmart probably. I don't know. Haven't bought one in a
It
while.
was $22 for a slice of one of those cakes.
Yeah, they were good size, but not that good a size for that price.
If it was really good, it'd be. You know what was better?
You know,
Our Portillo's chocolate cake.
Oh, I guarantee it. You're right there.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed, and it was weird because I was expecting not to like the food and to like the dessert.
And like somebody might be like, "Oh, well, you didn't get the millionaire cake." Like the name of the place is Cake Bake Shop.
Well, and then
We shouldn't have
we
to
got
order
two
the
different
one,
kind, and one
right.
was that one that was on her list of recommendations.
Yeah.
And that was just okay.
The other one,
raspberry one.
it reminded me of the mix you can buy at a grocery store where you mix the sprinkles into it.
The funfetti cake.
Yeah, it reminded me of like Duncan Hines Funfetti.
Yeah, but that's a good cake. This was not
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't even that good, was it? How about if
was
I baked it?
disappointed. Yeah, well.
If I baked it, I'm not a cook at all. Yeah,
Yours probably
so
would be worse.
and I was thinking going into that, this might be a place we come back for just dessert,
Well, not anymore.
not for cake. But their ice cream selection was huge, and it might be the only. I wish now, in hindsight,
They
we would have tried ice cream too, to see what the ice cream's like, because it's not gonna be the same Edie's ice cream everywhere else on
No.
property, right? That's the problem with
No.
the ice cream on property. It's all Edie's, which I can go to the grocery store and buy. It's nothing.
Also,
better.
the interesting thing was how you had to get into the restaurant.
Well, they had a velvet rope that they had to move for us.
And
Felt very special.
we had to like ask permission to move it to exit as well.
We didn't ask. I just moved it.
I think Jake asked.
Oh well, I was busy moving it. I wasn't. I wanted.
Because that was weird. We came out and we're like, the rope's
Oh.
still there.
And I just clipped it, and you guys went through, and I clipped.
That was kind of strange. I really liked the food.
It's a lot of food though. It was the fries
Yeah.
were good, the burger was good. It was
But that
exactly
was-
what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Um,
The sandwich, I don't think like my sandwich was that much more expensive than something you'd find in the parks.
no, it's not ridiculous compared to some other options.
Yeah.
The cake is though.
Yeah, agreed.
And then
And if you're gonna charge that much, it better be really good.
the cake was better than most Disney World cupcakes though,
yeah.
because those
I
are
agree.
not great,
But half the time you get those free because you say
Or-
it's someone's birthday.
right? Or they're really cool frosting, and it like looks like a flamingo or something,
How about
right?
when we went to Cape May and Jake got a cupcake for a
Well,
congratulations.
he was wearing his medal when he sat down, and we weren't.
But we pointed that out
We
to her.
told her
We got
multiple
no
times.
cupcake.
She didn't care that we ran. It was all
No.
about Jake.
Yeah, he was special today.
Somebody had to be.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a strange... I didn't see that coming when I booked that. And thank you for coming. I picked it because I was not with the kids, and I don't want to take the kids
Now
there.
I know we're not going there, right? Like,
No,
we
there was
we
not
can
a ton
check
of
it.
gluten stuff, gluten-free stuff.
That was what Michelle and I probably wouldn't go because the gluten-free stuff is, and their gluten-free cake. What flavor was it? It was something weird.
It was a little strange.
I don't know. It was
remember.
like chocolate mint chip.
Oh, that's what I asked her because I like mint chocolate, but she doesn't.
But as a cake, who gets?
I don't know.
So is it
really
like chocolate mint
ice cream?
Yeah, that's a whole
That's
different
so
thing,
good.
right?
I don't. Yeah.
But chocolate mint cake is, of all the gluten-free
that
things,
was a weird pick.
why not just do white and
Vanilla.
chocolate, like
basic flavors.
So I don't. The food was really good. Portions were huge, but also I don't know what my kids would have looked at the menu and be like, I don't know what I'm getting,
Get the Crock Monster.
Even though they would have liked it all. But the description of the Crock Monster has the types of cheeses. It doesn't just say cheese.
Well, it's supposed to be an elegant place.
And they can read, so they're going to be like, I don't know what kind of cheese this is.
Explain it to them that
they don't care. They don't listen to me.
Sometimes that's just what I tell the girls. It's a grilled cheese. You're gonna
You know how many times I've told my kids, you would really like this. The only one that sometimes listens to me is Claire. Sometimes.
Oh, I just say, don't read the menu. It's grilled cheese. Move on.
I'm ordering for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so that's what we've been up to.
Yeah. So it was a good trip.
Yeah, I think after show we're going to talk a little bit more about our actual race and how I survived.
Oh.
Maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. But if you're wanting to go on a trip, you can reach out to our friends at Touring and Cruises at touringandcruises.com for a no fee, no obligation quote. Cost you nothing to book with them other than, sending an email or two.
Yeah.
It's pretty low cost of entry.
And there's good deals going on right now for end of summer and
so many deals.
Yeah.
And the water park deal's still going on for this year.
For the full year, yeah.
I took
just
advantage
on check-in day. So if you're going to do that, come in early on check-in day.
Yeah. Or you move from Universal over and go to the water park.
I have people doing that.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Well, there you go. All right. We're going to go to the after show, but thank you so much for listening to Rope Drop Radio. You can follow us on social media at Rope Drop Radio on all the things. So for Lauren, I'm Doug. This has been another episode of Rope Drop Radio.